So here is attempt number 3. Had some issues with the GoPro, getting it set up here for doing color change through an inlay. I know some people were talking about doing fade wraps, and the principle here is the same. I'm not going to go through an entire fade wrap. I'm just going to show you how to do the color change, and you can figure that out, I'm sure. It's pretty simple. One thing to keep in mind is I am using a Renzetti rod lathe, so the thread carriage is behind the blank, and the blank turns toward me when under power. So when I have it spinning under power, it's turning toward me, which is opposite of what most power lathes do, spin away from you. So my process will be reversed of what you're doing, but it's the same process. You just reverse what I'm telling you. Alright, so I'll start with orange here, and we'll switch to green. Got two contrasting colors here. So we'll just start our thread as normal. And we'll get a few wraps. Excuse the messy desk, I've been busy here. Alright, so the way we start this is we take the other color that we're going to switch to, and we're going to start it just like an inlay, except it's coming off of the spool. So come in, just like an inlay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 wraps. So I've got threads here, and this is just personal preference. You can do as many wraps as you like. I just like 2. So there's 2 wraps. Now if this was just an inlay, I would now cut the green thread, tuck it behind the orange, continue wrapping my orange. That's not what we're doing. We're switching colors. So the process is a little different. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the green thread that we're changing to. This is the color we're going to switch to, and I'm going to go over the top of the orange. If you can see that there. Try to get out of the light. So I'm going over the top of the orange, and I'm going to pin the orange down. Cut the orange. And now it's facing that way. It's facing away from our wrap. Okay? So that presents a little bit of a problem. So we got to tie this off now, but we got to do it in a way that's clean. So what we do is I'll rotate the rod about 1/8 of a turn, just a little bit toward me. I'm going to take this tag end and come behind the green. I'm going to pull it forward. I'm going to get a little loop right here, right where I'm pointing. See that loop? Right there. So now we're just going to ignore that loop. We're going to do a few turns. Okay. Excuse me. So we got a few turns now. Now to get rid of this loop, all I do is I grab the orange thread, and I'm going to pull up on it. So I'm going to pull parallel. I don't want to pull out. I want to pull up. And you'll watch it. It'll tuck right underneath and disappear, and it'll look just like an inlay. And there it goes. And I'll just back it off to where we're even. Everything's even here. Square it up. Trim our tag. And now we've switched to green. Now if we wanted to go back to orange now, I'll do it again here so you get another look. Take the color you're switching to, come in just as if you were doing an inlay, do a couple turns, So now we're going to go back to orange. So the orange is going to be the one going over the top of the green going back away from us. Sorry to block the light here, but there we go. So the orange is going over the top. Green is getting cut. 1/8 of a turn. Pull the green underneath. Get our little loop. Do a couple turns orange. Pull up on the green. Loop disappears. Square everything up. Trim our ends, and away we go. We've switched colors now. So again, remember, if you were doing a fade, you would start with, for instance, say we're doing black to gray to white, or black to gray. We'll just do black to gray. You maybe do 9 wraps of black, 1 of gray. 8 wraps of black, 2 of gray. 7, 3, 6, 4, 5, 5, etc. until you switch colors. That'll give you a nice fade between the two. But for just changing colors, that's how I do them with an inlay right there. Pretty simple.